A z-score. 90% is not the area below it, it's the area between two. Chart doesn't understand that, we're shit. So what about this guy? What's below this guy? Yeah, good. All right, Jeff, calm down. It's 10% outside, just 5% on that side. Don't say anything out loud, just go ahead and look it up. It should sound very familiar when you find it. Maybe there'll be like a little path to follow. All right, should be a little asterisk, dude. If you don't have a z-score chart, neither do I, so I'm sorry. You just have to look on with somebody else maybe. $1.645, right? If you follow that asterisk down. Now, also, let me point out, if you look on the positive side, look in this corner. So there's a little thing called what I call a baby chart. Do you see how it says confidence level? How confident do we want to be in this problem? Look what it says for 90%. Oh shit. You also, you know me. I'm going to make you create like a 92% confidence interval. Because I'm a dick. No, because I got to make sure you remember how to do this kind of thing. So why do they have a little baby chart for like 3 values? Because those are the most used 3 for making confidence intervals. The absolute most used one is for the 95%. That's the one Gallup uses 95% all the time. If you don't know what Gallup is, it's a polling site, and they tell you all kind of percentages of whatever, like approval of the president, or what percentage of people want to legalize marijuana, or whatever. Right? Somehow those two go together. Probably inversely related. So now I just got to plug and chug stuff. What am I going to put in place of z? Good. Why not negative? Because plus and minus is built in. So don't freak yourself out and put a negative there and go, what the hell does that do? No, it's just 1.645. The plus or minus is already built in. So x bar, 71.7, give or take this many standard deviation. So it'll be, Jeff, why did you go to erase? 12.29 divided by the square root of 62. So if you look at it, we're improving on our estimate. I could tell somebody I got 71.7. That doesn't really communicate how sure I am. If I give them an interval, now that communicates how sure I am. So this piece, I'm going to call this piece, and it's not just me, this piece is called the error. Do you see why? I think it's this, give or take that. So that's how much I think I'm off by. Or that's how much I'm allowing myself to be off by. That's the error. So this piece of the formula, we call it the error. Just in case that word comes up, and it will, of course, yes. So what do you guys get for the error? I would do that part first, yes. What would you say here? Hell no. Why did I use, in fact, for this problem, we used 1.96 here, didn't we? Why did I use 1.96 here, but I used 1.645 here? Why? Because I'm weird.
95% confident on that one.
I wanted to be more confident here. 95% confidence led me to 1.96. 90% confidence leads me to 1.645. So what if I wanted to be 80% confident? Would this be bigger or smaller? Smaller. I'd have to go less far out to catch only 80% versus 90% versus 95%. So normally, you have to be told this, this, and this. How do you find this? We'll just see how confident you want to be. That tells you how far out you want to go. Yes?
So we get
So I have to tell you these three things, and then I have to tell you what kind of interval to make. So those three things go plop, plop, plop right into the equation. So what's Z? Oh, it's going to depend on how confident I want you to be. If I want you to be 90% confident, it's going to be 1.645. 95% confident is going to be 1.96. See how everything we've done has led us to this. This one problem like incorporates almost everything into itself. So it's a bunch of old news put together into new news. What do you guys get for the error? Anybody done that yet? Yes. Is it 2.4 something? Probably not. I did that in my head real quick. Probably off. Okay. Nobody took my advice? That's alright. I'm used to it.
I actually thought you meant the whole part.
No, it's okay. I don't worry about it. You'd have to do the whole thing twice, right? It's plus and then minus. So let's see, 1.645 times 12.29 divided by square root of 62. Yeah, I get 2.568. That's not bad. That was close. So guys, here's the general rounding rule. I want this to go out at least one more place than this does. So I could have actually made this 2.57. You guys see what I'm saying? This has one decimal place. This has to have at least two decimal places. All right. Can't work with no reactions. Okay. And then you just do that. You just add it and you subtract it. Sounds like curly. I'll show you one little nifty thing, and then I'll hand out the worksheet note you know I have. Right. There we go. All right. So let's see. That's just 1.645 times 12.29 divided by the square root of 62. Square root. You guys, okay, right? I already did that part. But let me just show you. This is not a big, giant shortcut, but it's kind of nifty. It does help even more later. So there's a neat little button, the stow button. Short for store. Stow it away in X. There's my X button. Bam! Then I can do this shit. 71.7 minus X. 71.7 plus X. It's amazing. But you can imagine if you have something to calculate and then you got to use that thing in many places, then that stow button kicks ass. Store it in X and then you can use it wherever the shit you got to use it. Yes?
If we know that we need one more place than the X bar for the error answer, how many places would we round for the interval answer?
So for the interval answer, you got to have, at least as many as this is. So this one you go one more place than this, so that you're not rounding too much. And then your interval has to have at least as many as this has. So I could do like 69.1 up to 74.3. But if you put more decimal places, you're fine. So when in doubt, go like 3 or 4 places, right? Just don't go 16 places or even 7 places. That's just, I'm like, what the shit? I don't want to look at that. And of course, if you're at home sick, I'm sorry, you didn't see any of that. But that's the aftermath. Okay. All right. So, what I want you to do, I want you to do 1, A, and B on this. And then you can look and see if you want to, but we haven't really talked about it yet. But I don't want to throw too much in your brain before I make you do your own problems. Do the side that says section 8.1, not the side that says section 8.3.